Hello and welcome to the Sunday Preview Rundown solo show from me today. Mitchell's on vacation and I can't get to the studio to do all the editing stuff, so it's going to be a little bit different, but not much. Nothing super new here today, or rather, everything's super new, but nothing we haven't seen or didn't expect. It's the starter set of Palooza. Yeah, it's the starter sets. So, but not everything we saw in those starter sets. So we have the main Warhammer 40,000 starter set. This is the one that comes with a complete game in the box. So it's the 2 Combat Patrol armies, Space Marines and the Orcs, battlefield boards, which is the boards, not the mats, which is great, and then the terrain that actually fills it up. So doing better than the Leviathan box, which didn't come with the terrain. That being said, probably appropriately costed, so I would expect it to be kind of pricey. Starter set handbook, full core rulebook, which is interesting to me because I'm pretty sure the other starter sets didn't actually launch with that. The fact that it just comes with the core rules, which are the real core rules, is actually kind of exciting, honestly. Now, granted, that means a lot less when those core rules are only $25, so, but I'm a big fan of that too, because $25 for core rules is a lot better than $60 for core rules, and a bunch of lore that you may or may not care about. So, it's fine. They're going to be push fit miniatures. They're the same miniatures that are from the Armageddon box. I do have to note that they painted these guys as Ultramarines instead of the Blood Angels. Branding and all that stuff. They're fine. Good minis. Probably a great way to start if you want both of the armies or if you want 2 combat patrols. Slightly smaller is the Warhammer 40,000 introductory set. So this one is a little weird. You get a lieutenant and 5 intercessors, and then a knob and 5 boys. Okay, so this is like your super basic. All first available introductory set, whatever, they're slightly different sculpts. Okay. You get a play mat, not boards, card terrain, not plastic terrain. You also get a brush, ruler, dice, and paints. 6 paints. Like you got your Ultramarine blue, your orc, your metal, your red, all this good stuff. If you compare that up here to the starter set, like the starter set does not, it does also come with dice and rulers. Doesn't come with paint though. So I guess this is, you're already into 40k, and this is like super just getting started with 40k, which is, fine. I'm always very wary of the paints in the introductory sets because they tend not to, they just sit there a long time and they're not always good. This does not have the core rules. This just has the beginner handbook, get started rules. So this is your super introductory set. My hope is that because of the card terrain, this isn't too expensive, but Games Workshop paints being Games Workshop paints, those are pretty expensive. So including a box of that with this box, I don't know. Speaking of paint, these are the actual miniatures and paint sets. These are the ones where it comes with the paints and then 2 minis. So you get one with 2 intercessors and 6 paints, and then you get 2 boys and a Gretchen with the paints for the Goth clan, because you're totally going to paint checker marks if you're just getting started. Good heavens. They're fine, whatever. I don't, it's cheaper than buying a hero, I guess, and then painting them. Here's also the requisite paint and toolkit set. This one comes with a bunch of paints. 13 of them. Also comes with the nippers and the mold line remover, which is fine. This mold line remover is not bad, and a brush. They come out with one of these every new edition because it's mostly about just keeping these branded for the new edition than it is about changing them. I'd have to go back and look. I have a feeling most of these paints are the same colors as in the last edition, but now they're Warhammer paints, not Citadel paints. Ooh, whatever. They're fine. It's whatever. And then we have the getting started sets, not to be confused with the introductory set. This is for introducing you. This one's for getting started. They're very different. These are basically combat patrol boxes plus paint, which is an interesting idea that they've not done before, not with a full combat patrol, right? Because this is basically the 2 combat patrol halves of the Armageddon box, just like they did for Leviathan. Man, the Orc one looks like a lot better deal, doesn't it? And combat patrol boxes are normally, 140 to 150, and then these are introducing also paints and a brush and a texture spreader. Okay. and the booklets, I don't know. I have a feeling these aren't going to be great deals. Part of that might just be my cynicism towards Citadel paints. I'm sorry, Warhammer paints, because I don't tend to like or use them very much. But I don't know. Their cost is what worries me, right? That's what really worries me about this one, is how expensive this is going to be. Are these going to be $200 boxes? I hope not. I really hope not. Then again, maybe the fact that they're getting started sets means that they'll be actually a little cheaper. Don't get confused. Those are not codices in the background. And then we got a bunch of Black Library stuff. We've got Ghosts of Cadia, which is about a sniper. Longshot, which is about the same sniper, which is actually the first one, because so this one, Ghosts of Cadia, is actually a sequel to Longshot, which is kind of a spoiler because the Longshot plot says, it's about being an unwanted figurehead or listening to the Tau Empire. So I'm guessing that, she doesn't join the Tau Empire if she's back in Ghosts of Cadia. That's my guess anyway. Also, my Necromunda head is thinking, wow, long lasts suck. Why would you ever use those? But that's a game. Devastation of Baal. This is a new hardback edition. Available while stocks last. May return at a future date. If you're in on Black Library, you know how this game goes. These are going to be super limited. They're probably going to get super scalped. Good luck getting them. If you really want one, I hope you do. Lords of Blood, Blood Angels, Omnibus, Les Seigneurs du Sang. I don't speak French. And then not much coming, or rather not much told to us coming this week in Warhammer Community. Close look at the new starter sets. Okay. Another big reveal for one of the factions seen at last week's big summer preview. Could be not orcs, ogres. Could be ogres. I don't know. Obviously, my mind is when is Necromunda coming, but I'm actually happy that it's not coming immediately because, boy howdy, that's a lot. And that's it. If you're not getting the starter sets, which if you got Armageddon, you're probably not interested in any of these starter sets. If you don't play Orcs or Space Marines, or don't want these Orcs or Space Marines, you're probably not interested in any of these starter sets. I'm personally safe this week. Kind of waiting for all that other cool stuff to drop. We'll see what happens. But, if you were waiting for a slightly cheaper way to get in besides Armageddon, maybe some of these will be more up your alley. I have a funny feeling the 40k starter set is not going to be cheaper than Armageddon, but it does come with terrain. So actually I like that terrain, and I do want that terrain set. I'm just going to wait for it to come out on its own. Worth noting that I do not believe that this is not the painted terrain. This is the plastic terrain. It does not say specifically, but I can't remember. So someone correct me if I'm wrong. Let me know below what, if any of this, you are excited for. Are you gonna get one of these because maybe you couldn't get Armageddon, or maybe you just wanted one of these instead of Armageddon? Maybe you only wanted the Orc part or the Space Marine part, so these getting started sets are more for you. Maybe you are just skipping it like me. Either way, let me know below, and we will see you next Sunday. Goodbye.